Attention passionate Dallas, COWBOYS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been following the Cowboys this offseason, you know it's been a roller coaster. After a season that left fans disappointed, ending with a 7-10 record and just missing out on the playoffs, everyone's asking what's next. The team faced a lot of issues on both sides of the ball, and it's clear that the defense, in particular, was a major concern. Finishing 21st in scoring and a staggering 31st in points allowed, the Cowboys' defense was a leaky ship that needed urgent repairs. And while the offseason moves so far have been a step in the right direction, many fans and analysts alike are questioning whether those moves are enough to get the Cowboys back into the Super Bowl conversation. The coaching change from Mike McCarthy to Brian Schottenheimer signals a new approach to offense, but the real challenge lies in fixing that defense. It's no secret that the NFC East is only getting tougher, with teams like the Eagles and Giants making significant upgrades, and Washington always lurking as a tough opponent. So, the Cowboys need to make bold moves, and one name that's been buzzing around NFL circles is a former Pro Bowl defender who could inject some much-needed star power and stability into the secondary. That name, Jaire Alexander from Green Bay. Jaire Alexander, folks, is a two-time Pro Bowler who, despite some injury setbacks recently, remains one of the most talented cornerbacks in the league. His ability to lock down top receivers, play with speed, agility, and a high football IQ makes him a perfect fit for what Dallas needs right now. But here's the kicker. Alexander is a free agent, and the Packers, after a series of injuries and some salary cap constraints, decided to part ways. That leaves him available on the open market, and naturally, the Cowboys are one of the teams that should be knocking on that door. You see, the Cowboys' secondary has been a mixed bag lately. Trevon Diggs, the star corner, is coming off knee surgery, and while he's been a ball hawk in the past, there's uncertainty about his readiness for the start of the season. Stephen Jones, the Cowboys' executive vice president, even admitted there's a good chance Diggs might miss some time early on. That's why bringing in someone like Alexander makes so much sense. If he's healthy, he could step right into the starting lineup and provide that shutdown ability that Dallas desperately needs. Think about it. Pairing Alexander with Deron Bland, who stepped up last year as a promising young corner, could give the Cowboys a formidable duo. And if Diggs is slow to return, Alexander could be the anchor that stabilizes the secondary until Diggs gets back to full strength. But it's not just about filling gaps, it's about elevating the entire unit. The Cowboys' secondary has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency has been an issue. Alexander's high-level experience and proven production could be the missing piece to turn that secondary into one of the league's elite defenses. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: injury history. Yes, Alexander has only played 14 games across the last 2 seasons, which raises some red flags. But that's exactly why he might be available at a more affordable rate, and why the Cowboys could see it as a calculated risk worth taking. After all, the team has shown a willingness to take chances on talented players who have the potential to make a difference. And considering the Cowboys' current cap situation, signing a 1-year, prove-it deal makes perfect sense. It's a low-risk, high-reward move that could pay off big time if Alexander can stay healthy and perform at the level he's capable of. And don't forget, Jaire Alexander has already proven he can succeed at a high level in the NFL. He's faced some of the best receivers in the league and has held his own, often shutting down top targets and making crucial plays when his team needed him most. His presence would not only improve the Cowboys' defense, but also serve as a morale boost for the entire team, signaling that Dallas is serious about contending again. Plus, the NFL is a league where secondary play can turn the tide of a game. One big play from Alexander could swing momentum and help Dallas secure those close victories that have eluded them recently. Now, of course, there are other factors to consider. The Cowboys are also looking at their draft options and free agency signings to bolster the roster. They've brought in some new faces on defense, but the addition of a proven veteran like Alexander could be the final piece that puts them over the top. It's about blending youth with experience, and Alexander's leadership and competitive fire could be exactly what Dallas needs to get back to the playoffs and beyond. Remember, the Cowboys have a storied history of making bold moves in free agency to build championship-caliber teams, and this could be one of those moves that define their season. Looking ahead, if they manage to sign Alexander, it could also serve as a statement to their division rivals. The NFC East has become a battleground, with the Eagles reigning supreme last year and the Giants showing signs of improvement. The Cowboys need to respond not just with words, but with action. Signing a player like Alexander would send a clear message that Dallas is serious about reclaiming its position at the top of the division. It's about building a defense that can withstand the offensive firepower of their rivals, and adding a player of Alexander's caliber could be the catalyst for that turnaround. But let's not forget, this is just one piece of the puzzle. The Cowboys still have questions at linebacker, safety, and along the defensive line. The front seven needs to generate more pressure on quarterbacks and disrupt the timing of opposing offenses. The secondary needs to be locked down, especially against big targets and speedy receivers. And with the draft coming up, there's plenty of speculation about who Dallas might target. Will they go for a linebacker to help Micah Parsons? Or perhaps add depth along the defensive line to complement DeMarcus Lawrence? Whatever the case, the potential signing of Jaire Alexander could be the cherry on top, an experienced, high-caliber corner who can change the dynamic of the entire defense. Now, all of us Cowboys fans are eager to see how this offseason unfolds. Will Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones pull the trigger on a deal that could transform the secondary? Will Alexander be convinced to come to Dallas, where he could thrive in a team with Super Bowl aspirations? One thing is certain, fans are hungry for results. The NFC East is only getting tougher, and the Cowboys need to act fast if they want to get back to the promised land. The talent is there, the coaching staff is willing to innovate, but what's missing is that final spark, someone to elevate the entire team to elite status. And perhaps, just perhaps, that's exactly what Jaire Alexander could provide if he joins Dallas. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this story is far from over. But one thing I can tell you for certain is that the Dallas Cowboys are not sitting still. They're evaluating every option, making strategic moves, and aiming to build a roster that can compete with anyone on any given Sunday. The fans' patience is wearing thin, but hope remains. The hope that this team can finally put it all together and bring another Super Bowl trophy to Dallas. And if signing a player like Alexander is part of that plan, then Dallas fans should be excited. Because at the end of the day, what we all want is to see our team back on top, playing that beautiful, unstoppable football that made us fall in love with the Cowboys in the first place. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let us continue with the big reveal. And so, the question remains, will the Cowboys make a move for Jaire Alexander? Will they pull the trigger and bring in a proven superstar who can instantly upgrade their secondary? Only time will tell, but the signs are pointing towards a very exciting offseason filled with possibilities. The Cowboys are in a position where they can afford to take some calculated risks, and adding a player like Alexander fits perfectly into that strategy. Imagine the impact: tight coverage, game-changing plays, and a defense that strikes fear into opponents once again. That's what Dallas fans have been dreaming about, and maybe, just maybe, this is the move that gets them there. The NFC East is fierce, the competition is fierce, but the Cowboys are not backing down. They're looking to reassert themselves as contenders, and this offseason might be the turning point. The combination of a new coaching mindset, young talent, and experienced veterans could be exactly what they need to get back on track. Remember, football is a game of moments, and a single player can change the entire course of a season. Jaire Alexander could be that player for Dallas. So, Cowboys fans, keep your eyes peeled. Stay tuned for more updates, rumors, and analysis. The offseason is just getting started, and already the excitement is building. The team's future is being shaped right now, and it's up to the front office to make the right moves. We all want to see that star shine brighter than ever, and with the right additions, that dream can become a reality. Let's keep supporting our team, stay passionate, and get ready for what promises to be an incredible journey back to the top of the NFL mountain. Because when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, the best is yet to come.